Well, anyways, how are we all doing? And welcome to, I believe, the fifth part of the modern suburban mansion. It has been 5 parts already. How crazy is that? And you know what's even crazier is the fact that there's not that much progress. This, I feel like now you can probably see how long this house took me, and I'm just realizing how loud the birds outside are. So if you can hear them, I apologize very much. But there's really not much I can do because I just kind of have to keep my window open. I spoke about this earlier, but I can't stand the heat. You guys have no idea. And it's a bit hot outside, so... And honestly, I don't know, I feel like lately I've been developing this connection with nature, and I feel the urge to spend as much time outside as I can. And obviously building on Bloxburg and making videos and editing them. I want to call myself a YouTuber, but it always feels so weird doing it because it's just like, am I a YouTuber? Do I qualify? Because I just build houses on Bloxburg and I post them to YouTube. That's really all I do. Or maybe I just underestimate myself. You see, I don't know. It's confusing. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, I feel this really strong connection with nature. And so sometimes, especially when I spend a lot of time inside, I feel the urge to just, I don't know, at least open the window, so I could hear what's going on outside and maybe feel the breeze of the wind and whatnot. That sounds so cliche, but I hope you don't think I'm crazy. It's just the way it is. I do love nature very much. And sometimes that's what I kind of don't like about living in the city. For those of you who don't know, I do live in the city. In Lithuania. Not the most ideal place to live in my personal... I don't hate it, but there are better places, obviously. Yeah, but living in the city, it's weird. It really is weird. It's pretty, of course, right? Because there's buildings, there's everything. But when there's so much, like, cement and everything, and when there's a lack of nature, it just kind of starts feeling sad. So, one thing I do like about my city, I guess, is that it's still greener than others. I live in Vilnius, Lithuania, which is the capital, so it is pretty green for the European standard, I believe. But yeah, what am I even talking about? You see what I mean? I always talk about this, but I start speaking about so many random things. I mean, yeah, I can just speak and talk about whatever, but why is it always the most random topics? I just like to speak what's on my mind. I sometimes do this when I'm alone. I think I've also talked about this, but I just kind of want everyone to know that I do this because it's really funny. Yeah, but I mean, if you do it, then maybe I'm doing this so you don't feel as bad about yourself, because I do this too. It's just, I don't know. Basically, when I'm alone, sometimes I just love to speak to myself. Just a random dialogue, because it makes me feel like I have someone with me 24/7. And that also rings the bell that maybe I don't like being alone, but I do. But sometimes it's nice to have company, but it's really not company, it's just you. But I do, I'm not crazy, I don't think so. So, if you do this, you're not crazy. Anyways, back to probably a more relevant topic to the video. What am I doing right now? I am working on one of the custom designs for the sinks. I believe there's 2 in the house, and I just reused them all around because don't tell anyone, but it's because I was kind of just lazy. I mean, and the house still turned out pretty good, so you see, I didn't really lose much by doing more designs. It's just because sinks, personally, they take so long, and sometimes it's just not worth it to make 1,000 different designs, even though, it's kind of fun to use different stuff for each room. But sometimes that takes so long, and especially when you model stuff, well, I don't know if this is considered modeling. Kind of is, kind of not. Just making custom stuff in Bloxburg. For those of you who do it, you know how long it takes. It is literally sometimes torture, but it's always worth it. I don't think I've made something custom and I've regretted doing it, because it always looks better, and you get what you want. So, it just kind of makes sense. But it's just, I guess the downside to it is how long it takes, and well, motivation-wise, that's not always helpful, let me tell you. But it's okay, honestly, I feel like it always depends on the mindset. So, if you're gonna think that, oh yeah, this is gonna take me ages, I don't want to do this, then you're not gonna do it. But if you tell yourself that like, oh, okay, well this is gonna take me ages, but it's gonna be fun to do it, and the house is gonna look so good after, then you're gonna want to do it more. You see, this is a life hack for you guys, because personally, it really works for me. I think everything in life depends on mindset, you know? The way you see things is the way you'll live. Wow, that's a really good thought right there. But yeah, I went a bit off topic. You see, I keep on catching myself, and then I don't know if I should continue just talking off topic or I should get back, and then I always am like, okay, maybe I should get back. But then I still end up drifting apart. Drifting away? Drifting apart? You get the point. Or maybe really I should just, you know, wing it and do whatever, and then it'll be fine. But there are a couple of topics I actually want to talk about, because a lot has changed since I've last uploaded a speed build or done a voiceover. So first things first, we have the new update, which it came out yesterday. I'm currently recording this on a Friday evening, which is when you're probably gonna see it, just a few hours later that I'm recording it, so there's that. We also have a new challenge video that I'd also like to talk about, because it was something, you see, this whole challenge thing, it's very new to me. I've never done challenges before. Well, maybe one or two, but even if I did do them, I never recorded them, so they never ended up on YouTube, and you're obviously seeing these videos, and it's just, yeah, it's interesting, because it's a huge switch for me when it comes to content, you know? There's a lot of things I have to relearn how to do, and not only relearn, but also like learn to improve. I guess that's kind of the same thing, but it's just a lot. It's a big switch. Maybe I'll get into it a bit later. And then also there have been I don't want to say embarrassing stuff, but it's just, I have the most random interactions lately. I mean, honestly, I feel like it's just a curse that I have on me, where I constantly get awkward interactions with individuals. It doesn't matter where I'm at, like it'll just constantly happen, and it's hilarious. So I might want to share those, and then there's a lot of little things, and maybe I should just get into it. You know, maybe I shouldn't really think about what I'm talking, because honestly, I did say this before, there's really so much you can talk about the build. It's really, everything I do, it's pretty straight to the point. Like, I don't feel like me really explaining what I'm doing is gonna be that interesting, especially when you understand what I'm doing. Like, I'm not just gonna go like and be like, oh yeah, so I'm using this decal and I actually changed the texture into a marble one, and now I'm gonna use that as the backsplash for the kitchen. You know, it's just like, that's so straight to the point. I mean, at least maybe you guys enjoy this. You see, what I like to do is I always like to ask people what they want, because it's just so much easier when you know stuff, when people actually tell you, instead of you just sitting there and guessing. I feel like that can really apply to everything in life. It's just, the more you communicate, the easier it will be for you, you know? And I feel like if I ask you guys and some of you respond, who I always truly appreciate, not only am I gonna have a easier time, you know, recording videos, but also maybe you guys will be able to enjoy them more. So, you know, it's like it's a two-way thing, truly. But yeah, there's really that. But now, actually, I do have something to talk about, and this is the laundry room. The laundry room, I remember putting this room off for so long. I was like, I don't want to do this, but I was like, okay, you know, I got myself together, and then I managed to force myself. And it has one interesting feature, which I don't usually do. I think I've done it once or twice before, and I've seen it like a lot in suburban houses especially. That is a dog bath. It's such a weird concept to me, because I feel like I just probably use the shower, but on the other hand, this is a very like rich people thing, and like it's kind of cool. Okay, it's like it's so organized and literally so just, I don't want to say aesthetic, but it's so organized when you literally have even a spot in your house to wash your dog. Like, you can definitely tell rich people live here when you have a dog bath. But Ave really wanted that. Ave is the person who I was building this house for. Those of you who don't know, that is Fave Ave. Actually, under every single speedbuild part of this house, I have a link where you can watch Ave tour her house, because obviously this is hers, you know, we both worked on this. Well, I built it, but Ave was the one who told me what she wanted, and technically it was just, I was trying to make Ave's vision come true. So I feel like maybe it's kind of interesting to see, like, you know, the owner tour the house. That's why I really like watching AD tours from time to time. The other day I watched Amanda Seyfried, the girl who played Karen in the Mean Girls. I don't know how to pronounce her last name. That is so embarrassing. But she did an AD tour, and it was amazing. Her house no, it's not a house. It's a New York City apartment. I think she has like a house in the country as well. But her New York City house, well, technically you can say that. Her New York City apartment, it is stunning. It is amazing. And the tour itself, it was just so fun to watch. So yeah, I feel like maybe you'll probably enjoy just Ave doing a tour of her house as well. It's just interesting to see what, you know, the clients themselves say, I guess. That's why I was really kind of just happy to work with Ave, I guess, is because she just had these ideas and they were unique. I mean, a dog bath, not everyone really thinks of that, but she was just like, I really want that. And when people tell me they want these like unique things, it just makes the whole building process so much more fun. It's more interesting, you know, that way. So I was really happy that Ave, like, this wasn't, I think, the only thing she wanted. Like, she just had these different cool ideas, and she had like specific color schemes that she wanted to do for the girls' rooms. And I also kind of enjoyed that because it kind of forces me to go out of my comfort zone, and going out of your comfort zone, that is always so important. I don't even want to, I'm not going to get started on it, but I could talk about it for hours because it's just, it makes you do things that you thought you never could do. And, you know, the only way you can really find out if you can do them or not is just by pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. So I'm really thankful for Ave for that, for, you know, maybe she didn't even realize this, but it was really beneficial for me to work on this house, even though it took me a while. I think it's probably my longest Bloxburg project ever. It's just, it turned out nicely. And, yeah. Anyways, what I'd really love to talk about is probably the most relevant topic in the Bloxburg community at the moment. And that is the new updates. Or the update. I really like one thing about this like new development team and just the community managers, just the teasers. I think everyone talks about this, but if you don't know, we get a bunch of different teasers on Twitter from the official Bloxburg Twitter page. And they're always so cool because they make you think. And I think I said this, I responded to someone on Twitter, I don't remember at the moment, but I feel like those kind of teasers, they got us hyped for the updates again, and we've been missing that for so long. I honestly barely remember the last time I was hyped for an update. Well, not counting the gym update because that also had teasers, but before we had the teasers, it's just, it was nice, it was exciting, but they never were as anticipating. And now that we actually have those teasers, it's just, in a way, we know what we're getting, but it also makes you think. And when it also makes you think and guess what you're getting, it's a lot more exciting. And the updates, the quality of them has improved so much. Now that there's a bigger team, we obviously get like new POIs and just new building items. And you can really see that not only the POIs are getting improved, but the building items as well. Like, just looking at the palm tree model, the new one that was added yesterday and the one we had before, let me tell you something. I am a hater of the palm tree model that we had before. What even is that? The low poly palm tree? Oh my god, I do not like that thing. Whatever it is, I don't know who worked on it, and obviously maybe they've improved, but and maybe there were some limitations, but I did not like that tree at all. I avoided it at every cost. I don't think I've ever used it in my life because it's just so ugly to me. But the new tree, it's just, it's so much better and it's so cute, and the detail. You see, maybe I hate that old tree because I just have really high standards and I love detail and I want everything to look kind of nice. So there's that, but it's just, it is so cute now. And yeah, like I said, even the POIs. Have you guys seen the new observatory? That whole building, it's so well made. I was walking around it yesterday. I was I was shocked. I was blown away because it's okay. It's not the most detailed thing, but it's cute. It's good. Like I'd go there if I was role playing. The thing with me is I don't really roleplay. All I do is I really just build in the game. But I kind of enjoy doing that. You know, we all have our own thing that we're doing. But for the people who roleplay, that is going to be such a fun thing. And I feel like even if you don't roleplay, you can still go to that and still like have fun. So really, it's for everyone. And yesterday we had a really fun time. I don't know if anyone's watching this who actually tuned in yesterday. But I opened my neighborhood for a bit and we just kind of checked out the update together. I saw all the items. One thing that well, I don't want to say that it's the devs' fault because it was really my fault for just being a bit disappointed. You see, I had my expectations too high. I don't even know what I was expecting. I guess maybe I wanted more like building items, but when you really think about it, we got so much and I don't know why I'm still not happy with how much I got, so I'm just saying that this is definitely my problem, because we got 2 new vehicles. I think we got 3 different new POIs. We got the pools on multiple levels, which we've been asking that for honestly as long as I can remember. That's crazy. We got so many things and it's just, I don't know why it still feels like we got nothing. You know what I mean? But it's definitely just me because they worked so hard, I know. But maybe I'm just gonna I thought I'd just share my feelings, you know, because it's like I said, it was interesting yesterday. So in a way I was disappointed, but there's nothing to be disappointed about because everything they did is so good. I feel like maybe it's just because we're used to just getting so many new building items and now everything else that we get, it just doesn't feel the same, even though it is just as a lot. You know what I'm trying to say? I feel like I'm not making sense here, but I am making sense. But nonetheless, it doesn't really matter how I feel. The update is definitely one of the best that we've had in the game. There's, you know, no one can really argue with that. I feel like maybe I was just kind of disappointed by how many things we got in, you know, the build mode, because we got so many different changes, but that's probably the only thing I really focus on. And the floors on multiple floors, right? It's such a big feature, and I feel like mainly I feel the way I do feel is because I haven't had the chance to try out that feature yet. I feel like once I do and once I'll start using it, I'll realize how big of an update that was, because I feel like I felt the same way with the transform tool update, and seriously, it was such a big change. I feel like people don't even think how much like a single ability or tool can change in the way we build. You don't even realize it, I guess, because, you know, it seems like it's just one little thing, but it really can change a lot. So yeah, there's that. That's really all I have to say about the update. Maybe I just want to talk about more about how fun it was to hang out with you guys yesterday, those who did join at least. There was Mo. Literally someone dressed up as Mo. I was cracking up. How do people think of things like that? Like, how do you just look at your Roblox avatar and you're like, oh yeah, wait, I want to dress up as Mo? I'm fascinated by you. Honestly, if you're watching this, Mo, I am fascinated by you. And they were so funny yesterday too. Oh my god, I genuinely love hanging out with you guys. It's always really fun. And a lot of you actually asked me why I decided to close my neighborhood, and I realized that I never really spoke about it. And this wasn't like because of anyone. It really was just, I guess, a personal thing where I realized that if I don't have others in my neighborhood, or, you know, there's not a lot of people who don't like speak a lot, it's just, I have this problem where I get distracted so easily with everything I do, especially building. And when I have someone to talk to, and especially if it gets hard, like if it's a hard part of the house, you know, like something where I need to think, instead of actually doing that part, I'll start chatting with the person and I get nothing done. And I feel like the main reason is just I don't want to get distracted anymore. And yeah, I guess I could turn off my chat, but it's just it's very tempting when you know there's so many people around you that want to talk to you. So in order to just kind of avoid that and actually stay productive, I decided to just close down my neighborhood, and that's why I usually just build alone right now. It may seem sad, but I honestly, I kind of enjoy it. I start listening to music. I get inside this like building focus, and I literally just build. Unless someone really disturbs me IRL, then it's another thing. It's really easy to disturb me. That is such a bad thing, and I still need to work on that. It's just focusing is literally, it's not for the weak. No, I feel like it really just depends on the person. Like because some people can focus so well, but not me. Let me tell you. I don't know. I have no idea why it's like that. I've always been this way in my life, and it hasn't always been easy because of this, but, you know, I guess you just gotta learn how to push through anyways. You gotta find ways that work for you, and yeah, there's really that you can only do. But anyway, enough about me and more about the build. I will unfortunately, though, have to end this voiceover short, so I'm probably gonna go very soon, as I have to go to the gym. Because I haven't gone yet, and I want to stay consistent because taking care of yourself is very important. So, and I don't want to come back home too late because I'm already probably going to be back by like 12 or something, which coming back home at 12 p.m. that feels weird, but on the bright side, it's summer for me, so I don't have to get up early the next day. You see, that's what I really like about doing YouTube, is I kind of get to pick when I go to sleep and when I wake up, and that is something. But also, this is not good for me, but I still do it because I am back on American time. You know how last year I was complaining that I'm back on American time and how I go to sleep at 7 a.m. and wake up at 3? Guess who's doing it again? It's just, I feel like it's in my natural habitat. I kid you not. If I don't control my sleeping and I don't force myself to go to sleep, and I go to sleep whenever I want to and wake up whenever I want to, I'll go to sleep at 7 a.m. and I'll wake up at 2 or 3. And I hate waking up at 3 p.m. because it just feels like your entire day is over. Even though it isn't, but it really feels like it. And then that's why I love waking up at 8 a.m. too, because, you know, when I'm used to waking up so late and I wake up so early, it seems like, wow, I have not one day ahead of me, but 2. Because sometimes those extra, I think 5-6 hours, they can do a really big difference. And you see, I'm kind of mad at myself as well, because I had this resolution. I was like, for the summer, I have resolutions for the summer. You know how people have resolutions for New Year's? I have resolutions for the summer. I was like, I'm gonna wake up early, I am gonna be productive, I am gonna go to sleep on time, I am not gonna work in the evenings. Guess what? I'm doing the exact opposite right now. When it comes to my schedules, it's nothing but a mess. I mean, it's livable, right? It happens to everyone, it is what it is, but it is so annoying, I can't even describe it to you. But I guess I did this to myself, so I gotta deal with it. Maybe I'll fix it, maybe I won't. Doesn't really look like it for the next week though. But it is what it is. I like to tell myself that I wanted this life, and this is just the reason why I have to deal with it, you know? It's the price. And now that I was talking, I realized that I haven't got into the whole video topic yet. The future of my channel, should I say. So what's gonna happen? That's such a weird question. It feels like I'm gonna address something really big. I'm not. It's just, I definitely feel like I'm probably gonna start doing a lot more challenge videos, because I feel like not only is it very entertaining for you guys to watch, and obviously I really appreciate all of you guys commenting and telling me if you like the videos or not. You guys have no idea how much that means to me, because trying out new content, and it's scary, and especially challenges, because I don't really do commentary. You see, what I like to do is, I'm not the best at multitasking. It's very hard for me to talk and build at the same time, which is why I kind of like doing voiceovers, because I really just get to focus on you know, that one thing that I'm doing in the moment, and, you know, in this case, it's just talking. But when I'm building, I like to focus on building, because it's just, like I said, it's hard for me to focus on things, so just not doing it all at once is a lot easier. But I'm glad that you guys still enjoyed, even if, you know, it was a bit messy and stuff. I feel like there's a lot of place for me to improve, like especially with editing. I'm used to kind of the simple kind of editing, because it's not that hard to edit a speed build. But when it's a commentary video, it takes a lot more, and like I said, like I'm still very much learning about this all. So it definitely wasn't easy, I don't want to say, but I know that it wasn't perfect. And I have this thing where I want to make everything perfect. I know it's like toxic perfectionism or whatever. It's not good for you. I'm kind of working on it, but on the other hand, I just kind of have to learn to live with it. And there are some good things to it, because it does push me to perform the best I can. And sometimes I like that. But yeah, so there's that really about all the editing. And you know what I would really love is if you guys would give me constructive criticism from time to time. If you notice that there's too much of zooming in or zooming out, or some parts feel bland or something, I will always love constructive criticism. I feel like it's always really important, because that's the only way you can really become your best version, if you not only just do what you feel like is good, but you also listen to what others think. And yeah, so it's something. I'm trying out new content. I'm not scared of it, but I do want to be better at it, and I know that I can be better at it, and I know that this is something I genuinely find interesting, because I really do enjoy recording those kind of videos. The editing is another part, but we all know that on this channel, I'm not a fan of editing. It is a chore and not a chore. It's something. I don't even know I don't know what to call it, but it's not pleasant. Though it should be, right? Doesn't really matter though. So I think there's a plane flying over me right now, which is very, 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 very nice. Thank you, plane. But yeah, I guess where I was going with all this is, you know, it would be very nice to hear as many opinions about the video as possible. All of those comments where you guys say that, like, oh yeah, I really enjoyed this video, you guys have no idea how much that means to me. It always means the world. It always keeps me motivated, and it always makes me want to push through. So for those of you who do comment, just know that I really appreciate. I try to respond to as many of you guys as possible. I don't always get to respond to everyone, but I try to at least heart all the comments so you guys know I've seen them. And like I said, every little word always means the world to me. I'm always so excited to post like videos just to see the comments and see what you guys think. It's very nice, honestly. I really appreciate you all dearly, and I suppose on that note, I'm probably gonna end the video here. Not the video, the voiceover. There's still gonna be, I believe, 30 minutes of the building footage, so if you want to watch, go ahead. If you're recreating, good luck, and I just want to say I'm really excited for the future. But yeah, thanks to everyone who tuned in. If you have any constructive criticism, like I said, I am always open to it, and I always enjoy it. Well, maybe enjoy is not the word, but it's always very helpful, and I will always appreciate it, that's for sure. But yeah, no more rambling, I'll just go. But like I said, thank you everyone for tuning in, and bye-bye.
But you're hiding something that don't feel right. You know life is better when we just talk. When we just talk. Let's talk. Baby, I'm not Potter, I got language. I ain't got no time to sit here angry. You know life is better when we just talk. When we just talk. Let's talk. nothing ahead, and my mind can't cross this fence. Your love is something I don't get. Your love is like barbed wire. I heard if I get much higher, I won't get over it. I won't get over it. Your love is like barbed wire. I heard if I get much higher, I won't get over it. I'm caught by barbed wire. I'm caught by barbed wire. I'm caught by barbed wire. Oh, you said that I'd be yours until the end of time, and my mind can't comprehend. Your love is something I don't get. Your love is like barbed wire. I heard if I get much higher, I won't get over it. I won't get over it. Your love is like barbed wire. I heard if I get much higher, I won't get over it. I'm caught by barbed wire. I'm caught by I'm caught by barbed wire. I'm caught by barbed wire. I'm caught by barbed wire. Building a fortress, and we thought it was stronger, keeping your distance. I thought we were better. We can try to just hide from the pain by building our castle. We can build them again and again, and we can feel nothing. And I know that you're feeling alone, and we can do better. So help me to break through the stone. Help me to break through. fall away at the mention of mine. All of your reasons and all of your crimes never take away what you're trying to hide. Why can't you just listen? Shut up for a minute. We can make it right. Save it for another night. We're dancing in the kitchen. All the words to Prince and you to love the light. You to love the light. If I could read you, I'd be changing your mind. But it's a camouflage sabotage nearly every time. All of your reasons and all of your lies are just a phantom limb echoing what you're trying to find. Why can't you just listen? Shut up for a minute. We can make it right. Save it for another night. We're dancing in the kitchen. All the words to Prince and you to love the light. You forget.